Ukrainian counterattacks have failed to achieve their objective on the Kupyansk front. It's day 1432 of Russia's operation in Ukraine. Let's dive deeper. Let's start straight from the Kupyansk front. It is now becoming clear that the Ukrainian plan has now failed on this front. As you know, Ukrainian forces started a counterattack to fully recapture the city, and also pushed Russian forces to the eastern side of the river. For this, they transferred significant reinforcements to do the job quickly. And at the initial stage, they did manage to reverse the situation in a week. However, ever since Russian forces sent their own reinforcements, Ukraine's plan got destroyed. Because Russian forces started striking Ukrainian forces within the city, and more importantly, their movements around the city. Ukrainian sources themselves acknowledge and confirm the situation. And after which, also because of the weather, it seems like their counterattacks have failed to achieve their objective. In addition, it appears as if Russian forces are once again gaining the upper hand. In our previous report, we saw how Russian forces, after getting pushed back on the eastern axis of the eastern side of the river, they launched an attack on Pishchane and encircled the village. Now since then they once again launched an attack towards Suriyak. In the latest report, sources said Russian forces managed to push Ukrainian forces from this tree line. However, as fights are taking place, this area is considered a gray zone. In addition, within the city, there are lots of areas that are currently in gray zone. However, because both sides are on the attack, at the moment the front line is very fluid. In addition, because of the urban nature of the fighting, there are lots of gaps, which makes painting the front line a little complicated. Now moving to the Zaporizhzhia front. On this front, we saw how Russian forces are expanding the bridgehead and penetrating deep. In the last report, it was confirmed that Russian forces reached Rechne from the south and were attacking parallel to the front line. In addition, I also explained to you how this Russian advance has potential to compromise Ukrainian defenses of the entire southern front. And Ukrainian armed forces are fully aware of the risk. As a result, they have started counterattacking. Russian sources are reporting a Ukrainian counterattack near Stepave. However, Russian paratroopers have repelled all the attacks. But in the latest report, it was confirmed that Russian paratroopers have captured Stepave. It seems like this village was previously a gray zone. In addition, a couple of open fields north of this village were also captured. Subscribe for more frontline updates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.